Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to proceed with our next activities, which is known as swap, boss, or beast. Okay. Uh, Basically, once we talk about swap, boss, on base, swap ni, kalau you perhatikan di sini dia masih lagi timbul, tengah apa ni, blur lah, okay, because dia tak aktif lagi because we have not, draw any of sketches yet, so that's why dia still blur. Okay, basically kalau you tengok mana-mana software 3D software, kalau dia tak tulis swap, dia akan tulis sweep, SWEEP, sweep. It is actually the same. Okay, for Solidworks, uh, it's stated over here. It's spelled with SWEEPT, swap. Okay, swap. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's the same as what I mentioned to you just now. Okay, might probably other 3D software dia akan uh, ditulis dengan ejaan SWEEP. Okay, EP. SWEEP is actually the same. Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, in order to apply with swap command in SolidWorks, we need to have two main parameters. Okay, you have to remember two main parameters, which are the first one is known as profile, and another one, the second parameters or the second elements is known as path, laluan, PATH, path. The first one is profile, 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 and the second element or the second parameter is known as path, laluan, PATH, path. Okay, so I'm going to show to you an example of this. I double check, ada record belum ni? Okay, it's recorded. All right. So now, let's say, for example, I'll pick my top plane as my sketch plane, and then let's say I'm going to proceed with my line, and I'm going to start at this origin. I'm going to click here one, and I just simply draw first, like this, and then I'm going to indicate dimension. Let's say at this side the length is, I'm going to make it 100. Same to go with this one over here, 100. Okay, 100. Whereas the distance or the length for this line, let's say I'm going to make it 220. It doesn't matter with the measurement. Okay, you can indicate any measurements. Okay, now the next thing that I would like to do is that I'm going to apply with fillets at both sides over here. Okay, let's say I'm going to make the fillet with 30 radius, and I'm going to pick it here, as well as you can pick either this point, or you can pick this line and also this line, okay, in order to create a fillet in under the sketch environment. All right, so I think should be okay. This one just look nice, and then I click OK. All right, click OK one more time. Now guys, as you can see over here, this sketch is representing, okay, this sketch is representing a path. Do you still remember? Just now I did mention that in order to apply with swap command, we need to have two elements. The first one is known as profile, and the second element or the second parameters is known as path. So now you can create either profile first or path first. But if you ask me, I much more prefer to create the path sketch. Okay, the sketch of the path like this, and then I proceed with my profile sketch. Okay, so let's say, for example, you can create any sketches if you want to, but this is an example, okay, for the swap command. So this is, again, I would like to stress here that this is a path. Okay, this is a path, laluan dia nanti, okay, laluan dia. So once after you already created this particular of sketch, you need to exit from the sketch. Okay, exit. Okay, exit from the sketch. no need to straight away go to features here. No need. All right. So you need to exit first because we have not yet create any profile. We just created a path but not yet profile. Okay. So once after we already sketch this particular of path, we need to exit from this sketch environment. Exit. Okay, they are. And as you can see over here under manager design tree, we do have sketch one here. And then I'm going to create a profile. So ladies and gentlemen, in order to create any profile for this web, okay, we need to make sure that basically we need to make sure that our profile that we're going to develop, that we're going to create, should be perpendicular to the beginning of this path, or from here. If let's say if you would like to start here, so it means that the profile should be perpendicular to here. And let's say if you would like to start it over here, so it means that our profile that we're going to create should be perpendicular to this line over here. Okay, this path over here. Okay. However, let's say if it's almost perpendicular, also should be no problem. It's not necessary to have exactly perpendicular. If it's almost perpendicular, also it's acceptable. All right. So let's say I've already started this one just now for the path, and I'm going to pick my front plane. Since if I rotate here, my front plane is located, okay, is located at this particular Fn point. Okay, therefore, and furthermore, my front plane is perpendicular to here or here. It doesn't matter. Let's say I'm going to start it at this side, so it's perpendicular, as you can see over here. So this is my front plane, and it is perpendicular to my at my beginning line or beginning path over here. So I'm going to pick my front plane. I can't pick the right plane, okay? Because right plane is not is a parallel. It's not perpendicular to this line. Same to go with top plane. Top plane, of course, lagi tak boleh lah. Betul tak? So, due to that, I'm going to pick my front plane as my sketch plane. Go to sketch. And then normal to. I'm using 2019, okay? So, it means they're almost similar with yours. Okay, let's say I'm going to create over here. Okay, I'm going to rotate a bit. I'm going to create at this origin with, you can create any shape. Okay, you can sketch any shape. But for this example, I'm going to create a circle. I'm going to start it over here at this origin, and then I'm going to indicate with a certain dimensions. Let's say the diameter of this circle that I've just created. Let's say I'm going to make it 15 mm. This is the diameter of this circle, right? So once after you already confirm created this particular of sketch, which is known as profile. This is our profile. The shape that we're going to develop is known as profile, whereas this is the path. Nanti bulatan profile ni dia akan follow this path. That is actually the function of swap. Swap is under features toolbar, right? Under features toolbar. Okay. So in this particular case, once after you already created this profile, again, same like what we have done for the path, we need to exit from the sketch environment. There you are. So now we already have two. One, which is sketch one, belongs to the path, whereas the other sketch is actually belongs to the profile. Now it's time for us to proceed with our command, which is swap. So click swap here, right? And then make sure that you pick sketch profile, and then even if you can see the icon over here, okay, it shows to us that this particular of section we need to pick the profile. Even if you bring your cursor, just touch saja. Kalau you bawa you punya cursor, just touch at this area, it will prompt out profile over there, the small box with profile. So which one is our profile? This is our profile. And then here is our path. Even you can see the icon also. The icon also representing the path, as you can see over here. And if you just bring your cursor and just leave it there for a few seconds, it will appear path. Okay, it should appear path, like that, small box with path. So which one is our path? This is our path. Okay, this is our path. So once after already confirm everything, what you need to do is just need to click OK. There you are. All right. So this is how you can apply the swipe command under the for the 3D solid modeling. All right. So we have learned before about the shell, so we can straight away go to shell here, and then let's see the shell thickness. I'm going to make it 3 mm, and then I'm going to remove this surface as well as this surface. All right. And once after confirm, I can just simply click OK. There you are. All right. So that is how it looks like. Our part looks like. And let's say I'm going to make it wireframe, and I'm going to, let's say, have a top plane over here. And as you can see over here, this is our constant uh, wall thickness by applying with the uh, shell commands now. All right. Okay, so hopefully that you clear about this. Okay, another one more thing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if I'm going to delete this one. Okay, and I'm going to create another one, new sketch. Okay, let's say I'm going to have again top plane. It doesn't matter, you can pick front plane or right plane. Okay, so for this case, I just simply click this one. Even though if you apply with this spline, okay, spline, it means that you're going to create a flexible curve lines like this. Let's say I'm going to have like that, and like this. Let's say, for example, okay, this is representing our path. All right, and I'm going to pick here, which is exit from the sketch. You have to remember, once after we already created the path, we have to exit from our sketch environment, and then I'm going to rotate a bit. And you have to remember, as I did mention to you previously, that we need to make sure that our profile should be perpendicular or almost perpendicular to our starting point, or starting line, or at the beginning line. Let's say if we would like to create our profile over here, so it means that our profile should be perpendicular. Dia kena berserenjang, bersudut tepat, ataupun almost bersudut tepat dengan garisan permulaan di sini. Tetapi sekiranya anda nak mulakan di sini, also should be okay, no problem. If let's say you would like to create your profile over here, also should be okay. Can also, no problem. Again, you still need to make sure that your profile, the position of your profile should be perpendicular or almost perpendicular to this starting line over here, or the beginning line over here. Okay, let's say I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to start it over here. So, if I pick my front plane here, top plane memang tak boleh lah. Right plane lagi memang tak boleh kan. Macam ni right plane. Okay. Dia tak betul-betul berserenjang. Same to go kalau dengan top lagi tak boleh. Then how about front? I pick front. Front also, dia tidak, it's not really perpendicular to this starting line. Pasal dia too obvious, nampak dia punya, as we can see over here, dia tak perpendicular to this starting line, very obvious. Kalau kita cakap almost tu bermaksud dia just slide, dia tak perpendicular tapi just slide, dia have slight angle. Other one is can consider as almost perpendicular, but this one almost memang out already lah, very obvious. Okay, very obvious. Therefore, how are you going to create our sketch plane in order to make sure that our profile perpendicular or almost perpendicular to our starting line over here? So here, uh, here what we need to do. Okay, I want you to really focus on this because this is something new. So you need to pick plane over here is under features. Okay, we need to create our sketch plane. So click plane over here. And then our first reference, I want you to pick this endpoint here. Our first reference, okay, pick this endpoint here. And then our second reference, I want you to pick at here, this line, at the beginning of this line, okay? Click this one. All right, so as you can see over here, it is actually perpendicular or almost perpendicular to this line, the sketch plane, okay? So once after confirm, you just need to click OK. There you are. And then it's okay, as you can see over here, is perpendicular or almost perpendicular to the starting line, the sketch plane, okay? Now it's time for us to create our profile. I'm going to pick my plane here as my sketch plane, sketch, and then normal too. And then I'm going to create, let's say again, it doesn't matter if you like to create corner rectangle also should be no problem, the rectangle or whatever, or even the polygon also should be no problem, or any kind of shape. But let's say again, for this as preliminary examples, I'm going to pick my circle over here, and then I'm going to create it at this origin, and I'm going to indicate the dimension with, I'm going to rotate a bit so that I can have a clear view. And then let's say I'm going to make this one, let's say 20 mm, the diameter of this profile. All right, so there you are. Okay. So once auto confirm, you have to remember that we need to exit from the profile one more time. Okay. So now we already have two sketches, one to representing the path and another one will represent is representing the profile. I'm going to hide this plane. I'm going to click this plane and I'm going to hide it. Okay, now it's time for us to proceed with our swap command. So click features and then swap both, and then remember maintain with sketch profile, and this is the profile, which is our profile. This is our profile. And which one is our path? This is our path. There you are. All right. So once after confirm, you can just simply click OK. Okay. And let's say again, if you would like to apply with a tube, let's say for example, this is a tube. So just pick the shell, and let's say I'm going to make it 2 mm thickness or 3 mm or whatever thickness that you prefer. You can just proceed with the value. And under this section, I'm going to remove this surface and also the other surface, which is this one. So I'm going to remove this surface as well. And once after confirm, just click OK. There you are. So we're going to have a tube. Okay, you can change the color if you want to. Go to here, click part, unless I'm going to switch it to black color, or red color also should be no problem. Okay, just click the red color and then click OK. There you are. All right. So this is how you can apply the swap another way in order to create a certain part or a certain component. If let's say if I go to top view, and if I'm going to pick with a wireframe, and as you can see over here, we do have a constant for both side here and here, constant wall thickness for this particular of tubes. Okay, guys. All right. So again, before I let you to play around with this particular of command, I would like to show to you another one more example. Okay, again, I'm going to pick my top plane. It doesn't matter, okay, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter. You can apply front plane, right plane, and so forth. It doesn't matter. So let's say I'm going to take my top plane as my sketch plane. And let's say I'm going to have is something like this one. Let's say here with a certain uh, 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 angle like this. Okay, like that. All right. And then I'm going to indicate the related dimensions. So let's say this one, I'm going to have, let's say 300 mm. It doesn't matter again with the values of the measurement. You can indicate any of the measurement if that you prefer. And let's say here like this, I'm going to make this one, let's say 100 mm. Same to go with this one, which is 100 mm as well. Oops, sorry, should be 100. Okay, and then I'm going to indicate the angle for this side, which is, let's, I'm going to make it 125. Same to go with this side, which is 125. If you would like to indicate with other value also should be no problem. This is 125. Over here, let's say 115 or 110 should be no problem. It doesn't matter. So now I'm going to apply with my fillet so that they can have a smooth path over here. Smooth path. So I'm going to indicate fillet for both sides of this one over here and here. And let's say again, I'm going to have 30 radius for this fillet, and I'm going to apply it. Unless I'm going to increase it to 50. So I'm going to have here and also here. There you are. Okay, seems to look like okay for me. And then I just simply click OK like that. All right. And then I can exit from my sketch over here. Exit from my sketch environment. There you are. So this is my profile. So this sketch actually representing this particular of path. Okay, not profile, sorry. This is my path. Okay, I've mentioned profile just now, sorry. Okay, now again I can start my profile either at this side or at this side. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Let's I'm going to proceed with this side. All right. Again, if I pick my front plane over here, front plane, definite front plane, if I rotate a bit, it is very obvious as you can see over here. It's not really perpendicular. It doesn't mean that you can create, but it will look weird later on. Okay, it doesn't mean that, again, it doesn't mean that you can't create your profile with front plane over here. Can, no problem. But it will look very, very weird. Dia akan nampak betul-betul pelik. Tidak mengikuti, dia tidak akan follow exactly the shape of our profile. That's why, as I mentioned to you just now, that in order to create any profile for the swipe command, we need to make sure that, again, I would like to repeat here that we have to make sure that our profile should be perpendicular or almost perpendicular to our starting line over here, or here. Kalau you nak start kat sini lah, it should be here. So in this case, I can't use front plane. So again, I need to apply with features. Okay, under features, the plane. And as if you still remember just now, our first reference, we're going to pick the point first, and the second reference is at the beginning of this line, this one over here. There you are. So as you can see over there, so it is perpendicular or almost perpendicular to this line. Okay, so confirm already, so just click OK, and then I'm going to pick this plane as my sketch plane. Okay, and then I'm going to normal to. There you are. Now I'm going to create, just now as what I showed to you just now. I've created our profile at this particular of origin. It's not necessary. It's not necessary to create any sketch at this origin. Okay, but if you would like to create a path, I much more advise you to start it at the origin. However, for the profile, it doesn't matter. You can start it at origin, or you can start anywhere that you like along this plane, okay, along the sketch plane. So let's say I'm going to create a simple, let's say I'm going to, okay, I'm going to just simply create a simple like this. Okay, okay. I'm not going to indicate the dimension. You can indicate the dimension if you want to. Okay, but since this is only example, so I just simply draw like this, and I'm going to convert this to construction geometry, and I'm going to mirror this. mirror about here, right? And then I'm going to offset with, let's say I'm going to offset with, let's say 3 mm, and I'm going to offset this one. Okay, seems like okay. And then I'm going to close this profile. Okay, I'm going to close this profile, zoom it, and I'm going to close it. This one, it doesn't matter, you can create a semicircle over here also, should be no problem. Okay, let's say this side I'm going to create a semicircle, so I'm going to pick the 3-point arc, 1, 2, and let's see 3, like that. You can indicate the dimension as what I mentioned to just now, right? So let's say this is my profile. You can, as what I did mention to you at the beginning of this session, or at this beginning of this class, I did mention that you can create any shape of the profile. Okay, even though same to go with the path as well. Okay, let's say once after already confirmed, created my profile, I'm going to exit. Do not forget, okay, do not forget to exit from the sketch environment, like that. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Let me hide the plane, this one. So, all right, so now it's time for us to proceed with our command, which is known as swap boss. So click this swap boss, and which one, again, we need to maintain with sketch profile over here. Which one is our profile? This is our profile. And which one is our path? This is our path. There you are. Okay, nampak? Dia walaupun you letak di mana-mana profile ni, dia akan still follow the follow the path. Okay, dia akan still follow the path as you can see over here. Okay, dia akan, tetapi dia akan bermula pada profile yang kita hasilkan. Let's say we already created profile over here, so we will start from here, and follow the path. Just now for the circle we already created at the origin, that's why it's follow this path over here. Okay, however, for these current activities, we already created as what you can see just now. Okay, we already created our profile over here, which is shifted a bit uh, from the origin. And once after we apply with our swap command, sweep. Okay, sometimes we call sweep, sometimes we call swap. All right, so you will follow according to the location or the positions of the profile that we have created. Okay, so you will select that. So once after confirm, just click OK. All right, and this is how it looks like. Okay, and then you can apply that with the fillet. Let's say I'm going to have 5 mm fillet. I can apply it over here and here. Okay, 5 mm. And let's say this one inside here also I'm going to have 3 mm, which is this one, and also this one. Okay, there you are. All right, so click OK. All right, so it looks like this lah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is very straightforward. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to show to you a few more application for the swap boss, okay, command. Let's say, for example, in this case, I'm going to top pick again. It doesn't matter, okay, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't mean that, oh, kena selalu pakai top plane since Dr. Masjuri pakai top. No, no, no. It's not necessary. You can have other plane as well. No problem. Okay. Okay, so let's say I'm going to pick, for this case, for this example, I'm going to pick my top plane as my sketch plane. And then I'm going to create a line here, one straight line, one straight vertical line like this. And then I'm going to indicate the dimension of this line with, let's say, 500 mm. Again, it doesn't matter with the value. You can indicate or you can key in with any value that you prefer. Once this is my path, a straight line path. Okay, once after I've already confirmed with my path, I'm going to exit from my sketch environment, right? And then it's time for me to create or to develop a 2D profile. Okay, a 2D profile. So in this case, I'm going to pick my front plane since my front plane is really perpendicular to my line over here, starting line over here. Therefore, I'm going to pick my front plane as my sketch plane. And then, I akan pergi kepada normal to. And then, I'm just going to create a simple rectangle by using the center rectangle over here. I'm going to start it at the origin. And I'm going to indicate some sort like this small rectangle with dimension. Again, you can key in with any dimension if you want to. I'm going to key in with 15 by, let's say, by 6. All right, there you are. I'm going to rotate a bit to have a clear view. Okay, I think it should be okay. Okay, and then I'm going to pick exit. Okay, I'm going to exit from this sketch. Okay, Uh, why this time I'm not going to apply with circle? This is because kalau activity yang I nak buat ni nanti, which I'm going to show to you, kalau let's say if I apply with circle profile, nanti I nak twistkan dia nanti dia tak nampak sangat because kalau if we twist from one end to one end, okay, uh, it's not we can't really see the twisted activities. That's why I'm going to apply it with a rectangle shape of profile so that we can see later on the twisted shape which I'm going to show to you later. Okay, now we already created our profile. Okay, our profile, and then another sketch is our path. Now it's time for us to proceed with our swap activities or swap command. So click swap, again, sketch profile. Which one is our profile? The rectangle shape is our profile, and which one is our path? This is our path. We're going to have a straight line, right? Okay. So in this particular case, I'm going to show to you how are we going to twist. Okay, how are we going to twist this I can say a solid bar or solid bar. In this case, ladies and gentlemen, in order to apply with twist command or twist shape, you can't just simply draw a rectangle then you extrude, normal extrude yang you belajar extrude biasa tak boleh. Yang tu tak boleh for this time being for this time. Okay, so walaupun kalau you nak gunakan juga twist, if you want to apply the twist shape, so you need to apply the swap. Okay, swap boss, which is you need to have a profile as well as the path. So once after we already selected for the profile as well as the path, I want you to go to option over here, expand this option. Okay, option ni, expand the option, let it follow path. So it means that let the profile shape follow the path. Don't keep normal constant, no. Okay, make it follow path. Okay, follow path. And then for the profile twist, I want you to expand this arrow and then go to specify twist value. Okay, specify twist value, and this one will appear under twist control. Okay, nanti yang twist control yang kita nak kawal dia punya twisted, okay, twisted shape tu, alright. So you can you can select either degrees, radians or revolutions. Normally saya akan pilih revolutions lah, berapa putaran twisted tu yang kita nak hasilkan. Let's say, okay, this is the number of revolution. I'm going to reduce it to 50 because just now 100 dia agak ni kan. So 50, let's see how does it looks like. Dia makan masa lah di sini, teman. Okay. Then dekat dalam, okay, I try stop. Mungkin, okay, there you are. Alright. Okay. So dia makan masa sikit because no, I'm afraid that I share my Solidworks. So that's why dia akan nampak as you can see over here, dia akan berputar. Okay, if I still click okay, if I click okay, okay, depending on, as I mentioned to depending on the performance of your laptop. Okay, kalau laptop you powerful, so dia akan buat cepat lah. Macam my laptop ni dia agak slow sikit. Okay, just wait for a while. Still ini. So mungkin ini tadi I boleh reduce to 20. Okay, so kalau 20 bermaksud the distance between each of the spiral twisted ni. Okay, dia punya distance from one spiral to one spiral or from one twist to one twist dia akan lebih besar lah. Okay, as you can see over here, nampak? Okay, okay, so ini 50 revolution. So kalau 100 revolution tadi dia akan more the distance between here to here. Okay, distance from here to here. Kalau I letak 100 revolution tadi, dia punya distance yang kat sini ni dia akan lebih rapat lah. Okay, this 50. Let's say kalau I make it 10 of revolutions for this twisted shape, for this twist shape. Okay, the distance kalau 10 ini ke sini akan lebih besar lah. Okay, so this is how you can play around with the twisted. Okay, alright. So ladies and gentlemen, in this activity, we're going to proceed with how are we going to create a compression spring. Okay, a compression spring. Again, in order to create a compression spring, kita akan menggunakan swap command as well, yang mana ianya melibatkan both path as well as the profile. So I'm going to pick my front plane this time. Again, it doesn't matter. You can choose or you can pick any of the sketch planes. However, in this case, I'm going to pick my front plane as my sketch plane. And then I just simply create, let's say I'm going to have a circle over here. And let's say the diameter of the circle that I'm going to create is 100 mm. Right? So I'm going to isometric view, and then I'm going to go to features, and as you can see over here under curves, you can pick, expand this, and you can go to helix and spiral. Okay, it's under features. Once bila you dah buat ni, you dah buat create this particular of shape. Ini sebenarnya adalah shape, outer shape untuk spring. Okay, outer diameter spring sebenarnya. Okay, diameter spring. So lepas you dah create diameter spring, you jangan terus keluar, because ini bukan profile, ini bukan path. Ini hanya guideline sebagai diameter untuk spring itu sahaja. Okay, bukannya profile, bukannya path. So jangan bila you create this one, kalau you nak buat compression spring ni, once after you already created this sketch, jangan terus exit pula. Okay, so you just straight away go to features and then go to curve, expand it, and then go to helix and spiral. Okay, helix and spiral. And as you can see over here, again, under this helix and spiral dialog box, we do have few parameters, which is pitch and revolution. Pitch ni means that a distance between one revolution to another revolution. Alright, height and revolution, height and pitch. Height ni height lah, ketinggian ataupun panjang or the length of the spring ataupun the height of the spring, whereas revolution ni putaran lah, berapa bilangan putaran yang kita nak untuk that particular spring. Height and pitch and spiral. Normally for this compression spring, biasanya I akan, if me myself, I will pick height and revolution. But why? Because this is the most easiest command. Okay, height and revolution bermakna we play around with the height or length. Height ni, again, height is the height of the overall spring ataupun length of the overall spring together with its revolution. Berapa putaran yang kita nak. So let's say the height, I'm going to make it 200. Whereas the revolution, Okay, kita boleh tengok sini revolution dia. Let's say I'm going to have a 10 revolution, 10 of revolution. Okay, I'm starting angle, I'm going to maintain with 180. And this one you can choose either clockwise or counterclockwise. Taper helix, this one just maintain with 0. Okay, normally I will stick this as a default, right? I just play around with the height or the length of the overall spring as well as the revolutions of the spring involved. So once after I've already set all these parameters, all the inputs that 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 are required for this particular case, so I just simply click OK. All right. So this is our path, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is our path, and the diameter, as what I did mention to just now, 100. Okay, yang kita buat bulatan sketch 300 kan. Okay, that one is actually the diameter. Tadi I ada mention kan the diameter for the spring. So the diameter of this spring is actually 100. And then it's time for us, since we already created the path, and it's time for us to create a profile. So definitely once we talk about spring, dia punya profile mestilah dalam bentuk bulatan, kan? And you can start your profile either at this point or at this point. It doesn't matter, okay? Either at this side or at this side should be no problem. Let's see, for this particular case, I'm going to start it at here, sini. Again, kat sini pun tak ada masalah. Okay, it's the same actually. So in this particular case, I'm going to apply. If you still remember, at the beginning of this class, I already showed to you how we're going to apply additional sketch plane, whereby our first plane we're going to pick the point, and our second reference we're going to pick the beginning of this path like that. There you are. So that we can have almost perpendicular or almost perpendicular to the between the sketch plane or the profile that we're going to create it, and also the beginning or the starting of this line. All right. So once I have to confirm, I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to pick this plane as my sketch plane, and then I'm going to go to normal 2. Right. Okay. Now it's time for me to create the circle. You can create, as what I mentioned to just now, you can create here, kan? Tetapi dia akan follow the location of your sketch. So normally kalau untuk spring ni, since kita dah setkan daripada 100 mm diameter, so jangan nak buat kat sini. Jangan nak buat sini, nanti dia punya diameter dah lari dah kan. Okay, so it means that we have to start it at the origin, because from this origin here to here is 100 mm, right? Dia punya diameter. So I'm going to pick at this origin. So kalau tak keluar pun it doesn't matter, you just simply agak-agak dan just create like that. And then I'm going to create the diameter with, let's say, I'm going to make it 10 mm. Let's see how does it looks like. I think it should be okay, 10 mm. So this is our profile. If I twist a bit or I rotate a bit, okay, I think should be no problem. So once after confirm with the profile that we have already created, we need to exit from the sketch like this. Right, and now I'm going to hide this plane. Okay, now we can proceed with our swept boss. Okay, swept boss. Click the swept boss. Again, sketch profile. Then which one is our profile? This is our profile. And which one is our path? This is our path. There you are. So once after confirm, you can just simply click OK. Alright. And then as you can see over here, dia ada ni kan. Ada ni kan. So kita boleh just, this is actually the spiral. Just can hide it. Nampak? Okay. Hide. So warna biru tadi tu kan warna biru tadi tu spiral. Dia on. So kita nak hilangkan dia, kita just hide kan. Right click and hide. Ni show tadi dia akan nampak warna biru ni kan. Okay, so nampak macam tak cantik lah. So go to here, helix, right click and then hide it. There you are. Right. Kalau warna, ya kalau yang biru tu tak appear, tak apalah. Jangan pergi ni ya. So make sure this is you hide. So there you are. So if I go to here, shaded, real shaded, so you're going to have like that.